So guys, here we are with another Rome 2 Siege battle. This is a 3v3. We got a little bit of a Roman civil war here. So we got one Rome attacking, one Rome defending. So I guess we could say there's a little dispute, little political rivalry. And they have called upon their loyal allies. So on the attack, again, Rome, with Egypt and Galatia fighting alone all the way on the other side of this settlement. On the defense, we got Nabatea, the RDI, and then, of course, the defending Rome. Now, just to help you guys out a little bit with the, just like so you don't get confused who's who, just keep in mind that defending Rome has a yellow border around their flags, and attacking Rome has a red border, or like a reddish orange border. So I don't know, just a little mental note there, because I personally don't like it when players pick the same faction when they're when they're playing a multiplayer battle, like as their enemy. So yeah, with Rome, I guess it's okay, because you could argue it's a Roman civil war, which there was a lot of those, and Rome is a strong faction, so it's an equalizer of, both sides having Rome. So anyways, the defending Romans are sending out some legionaries here against the levy freemen of, wait, is that Rome? Wait, why does Rome have barbarian settlements? Or settlements, units? Am I going crazy? Levy freemen in their army? Is that like a glitch, or is this some kind of DLC army? I don't know. It's strange. But the Romans have levy freemen in their army, and then we've got more Romans coming out and charging the siege towers that Egypt is pushing forward. So he's got Egyptian infantry here, so 2 units, and then we've got legionary cohort taking them down, taking them on. This is a smart play by the defending Romans. The attackers are not going up with full force. So they have these tower units that are pushing up the towers completely undefended, and you're going to be able to, slow them down, stop them in their tracks by just simply charging out some infantry and taking them out. So yeah, big mistake by the attackers here. Let's see how it's going on the other side, though, with the Galatians. So the Galatians are doing a little bit better here, I would say. They're sending up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 towers. It looks like one was destroyed here. Look at the carnage. It doesn't look like it killed this one guy. Oh, no. Why? Look at him. Just the one dude. Oh, no, there's a couple. All right, it's the 3 amigos here. Okay, so, yeah, it was 3 guys. Anyways, let's go back in. We've got towers galore charging forward. We got a breach in the wall from I think the artillery, which has mostly been destroyed except for one. He might hang on to it. He might not. Look at this. It looked like blueberries for a second there. You see that? It looked like little blueberries. I love blueberries. So let's head back to the fight, because it does look like he is scaling the walls. Galatia is here, guys. And they are sending, surprisingly enough, Galatians to go fight. So he's got Galatian swords against Desert Levy. The advantage is in the Galatian swords in terms of quality, but the defenders also have the walls, they've got the arrow towers, and I'm sure they're going to send up, archers and stuff to help out. Over here, this is going to be a tough fight for the attackers, because there's literally just one path they can go. So this is a great spot for the defenders. You can see he can hold this choke point with 2 units pretty effectively. And also, guys, if he moves up archers roughly here, they can get like flanking fire on this army. So, on the units that are attacking. So it's pretty interesting for sure, and it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough grind. Ooh, look at that. See, that's what I'm talking about. Nice use of the 2 units. This one's not even fighting, so they can sit back and throw those jabbies into the flank of the Galatians. So this is going to be a brutal fight for Galatia. Very, very brutal. He is doing his best to take control of the gate. He has neutralized the gate. But while this is going on, let's head back over to the other side and see what's going on with the Rome v. Rome with Egypt here. Rome, once again, has sallied out. This is defending Rome. I'll refer to him as defending Rome. and I'll refer to this one as broken Rome because I don't know why they have Levy Freeman. But yeah, so Rome is sallied out, and once again, they're just keeping these guys busy, keeping the towers away. I don't know why they're being so surgical here, the attackers, that is, on these arrow towers. Just send them as a group. Sending them one at a time like this is it's just a pain in the butt, and I feel like you just lose more rather than just sending everybody up and attacking with full force. You know, it's just it isolates your units. It makes it easier for the defenders to take care of them. But it does look like Egypt is charging forward. Look at this. He's like, all right, Rome, if you're not going to send anybody up here. Of course, Rome is going to scramble. Look at him. Look at these little Romans here. Oh, wait. Are they retreating? What are they doing? They're scrambling up some legionary cohort to deal with the Egyptian infantry. They'll deal with them very quickly, too. Egyptian infantry is kind of garbage. You know, it's not very good. And then we've got another Roman unit of the Levy Freeman, but they're going to die as well. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they approach this. Very different approach from the Galatians, and this is the challenge of this map, is what do the Galatians do here exactly? Because right now they're getting double teamed, and his teammates are kind of doing nothing to really help him. Now, I get it, he's all by himself, but I think the Galatians, if anyone should have taken this attack slow, it would have been the Galatians for sure, because they're all alone. It's easy to get double teamed. What you want is your teammates to kind of distract the defenders here a bit, make them peel more and more defenders this way to kind of open up an opportunity. But right now, Galatius, they're experiencing the wrath of Nabatea and RDI together, and he's got no one to support him. But he's doing okay. He is breaking some Nabatean axe warriors. That's good. He's got some archer fire coming down. That is really good as well. So where is that coming from? Oh, wait, he's got some units up here. Interesting. I wonder if he could get some archers up here and then fire down. But he's got the epic mercenary Syrian archers. That's what I love about the Galatians. Not only do they have solid, cost-effective infantry, they have the Syrian archers. It makes them a powerhouse faction for siege battles. So even though he stands alone, they are very powerful, but this is still going to be an uphill battle for the Galatians. Here comes some more units this way. Looks like we got a little bit of a fight. No, it looks like the Galatians are going to come this way and focus killing these desert levy. But RDI is going to send over some Celtic warriors to get them on the other side. They probably need to send up more reinforcements up on the walls. I would try to gain control of the walls and potentially use it as a vantage point for the archers so they can fire down. But yeah, how do you feel about Galatia, guys? I mean, I'm curious because some people, you know, I'm pretty sure most people like this faction, but what faction do you like to attack with in these battles? I mean, Galatia, if you're new to the game and you don't want to play typical Rome, Galatia is a great defense and offense faction. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? You know, if you're a newer player, what faction is a good beginner faction that isn't Rome? I'm thinking Egypt, the Seleucids, Galatia. I mean, even Kush is a good one. Or, yeah. Those are, I mean, I'm sure there's more, but those are just on the top of my mind what I think about as good sieging factions. Let's go to the back to the other side, and let's see if they're gonna do a more cohesive approach or cohesive attack. They are bringing down the walls currently, which is interesting. Well, I don't know why they didn't do that sooner, but they are bringing them down. And they've got a boatload of towers here. They could just be using the siege towers for the scorpions that are on top. They could do a little bit of damage. They do a little bit of damage. If you're not paying attention, you got to watch out for the scorpions. Also, archers, fantastic. This is great. This is one of the challenges of defending this wall. It's this big hill that is larger than the wall. This is like defense 101. If you're mapping out your settlement, don't build a wall shorter than the hill around it. I mean, that's a big mistake right there. But If they do go for these walls and Rome charges up to try to fight him, these archers will absolutely help them out. If anything, I would have hidden these archers until the last second to force his men up on the walls, then run up and try to shoot him. You know, build a little bit of a trap. Here we go. The Romans sending in more levy freemen somehow and taking on the legionary cohort, which they don't seem really phased about it. And then we've got, oh yeah, I think we finally have an assault here. Egypt sending in Galatian swordsmen. I mean, Galatia is everywhere, guys, and that's why Egypt's so good. They've got the Galatian swordsmen. I mean, part of the reason they're so good. But yeah, it looks like things are going to really pick up over there, which is exciting. And then Galatia over here. Let's see what they can do in this fight. You know, I think they should, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the Galatian player knows he's not going to win this, but even if you don't win, what you can do is bring down as many units with you to make it easier for the teammates on the other side. Again, I think Galatia should have been a little bit more patient here and waited for their teammates. Oh, look at this. Why is there desert levy outside the walls? But we got the noble horse of Galatia running them down. They're going to disengage, get away from that wall. And now we've got archers moving up again. They already have 112 kills. This one only 7 kills. So yeah, they probably got a little bit of ammo left. This one with 0 kills. So that's good news. They're gonna need these archers to try to punch a hole in this defense. Galatia really going in here. Look at this. Look at this front line. Brutal. It's had to be like sweaty and stinky and people yelling and dying, and it would be horrible. It would just be a horrible situation. And uh-oh, there's a flank happening here. Look at this, guys. RDI sending around some Celtic warriors to get around. It's not that great of a flank. They should probably, okay, are they gonna reorganize here? Yeah, get these guys to, yeah, good. Looks like he's pulling back some Galatian swords and he's gonna go fight that little gap there, that little flank. Uh-oh. Legionaries breaking, not a good sight. In terms of infantry, he only has 1, 2, 3, more 2.5 units left over. So this is going to be tough. It's really going to come down to Rome and Egypt here to get some good damage going. They are going to take the walls. At least they should. And now we got archers firing down and trying to do some damage to these legionary cohort. They should probably aim for this legionary cohort that, well, it's tough. Like, the angles really matter with skirmishers, so you got to try to get them where they're kind of soft in terms of armor, you know. Basically, you want to hit them on, I think, sword side, right? You want to hit them on the sword side because he just has a sword. So we'll see what the, oh, there goes the archers. Now they're changing targets and they're going for, yeah, there you go. Still not getting a ton of kills, but it is like a mosquito attack. It's a nuisance. It's having him a bit concerned, and he's dropping units. He's down to 131. So yeah, the fight continues on. The gate has been almost burned down, so they're gonna try to completely burn it down. Probably one more volley with the torches. It's at 96%. What are you doing? Why are you retreating? Just burn it down. I guess he wants to get more units up on the walls. Oh, look at this. Galatian swordsmen, fire at these men. Oh, there we go. They're breaking these legionary cohorts. So this is a grueling siege battle, guys. Holy smokes. I mean, look at this. I love the look of this. You've got the towers in the background. Oh, let me get a good, I want to get a good cinematic shot of this. The towers in the background and the legionaries fighting their hearts out. You got infantry down there. Yeah, you got to admit, Total War is one of the most, generally speaking, one of the most cinematic games ever made in terms of like scale and epicness, you know, battle scenes. It's just, I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer, right? I mean, no game really compares to Total War, which is their problem. They need some competition because they're getting lazy. But yeah, fight going on in the center. I'm sorry, I think earlier I said the enemy could have shot these Galatian swords. The Galatian swords are their men. That's my bad. But anyways, yeah, get more archer fire coming down on these Romans. Help out these Galatian swords. What is this? The archers are moving forward. The longbow hunters are moving forward. The gate is now open. I'm not sure what they're doing flirting around the gate. I mean, I guess they're going to try to use the towers potentially to get up here and support. But the Roman archers are ready for it. And look at this. They're going to put down some suppressing fire on the attacking infantry up on the walls. So let's go back over to Galatia, because I think we're at a very critical moment for Galatia. I think they're on the verge of breaking. We got Nabatea coming out with their cav. Did they run down some archers? Well, I don't think he was able to actually pull off the charge. But Galatia, again, just needs to bring down as many of these units as possible. They might be able to break through here. Oh, RDI. Oh, RDI with the Theros spears. They're getting hit with artillery, but yeah, this is what makes RDI such a threat. They have so many skirmisher units, and the Theros spears. I never know how to say their pronounce their name correctly. They can bring so many of them. Like if I were, I think if I was to host a Rome 2 tournament, I'd probably limit these spears because they're not considered skirmishers, but they're pretty much skirmishers. They're like one volley away from being called a skirmish unit. But there's a part of me that despises how skirmish focused Rome 2 is. You know, with Pila and Javi and all these spears that you can throw. I kind of wish there was less units that had projectiles, because it just makes it a bit too, how would I describe it? It makes it too cheesy, I guess, at times, where you're trying to angle units just right to get a good volley in. Now, I'm not opposed to that completely. I think there is a good, skillful strategy of doing that. But when it's like every other unit is throwing something, it's just kind of silly. But look at this flank here by Galatia. Did they go through the gate? Is that how they got around? Oh, yeah. Big break here for Galatia. Now he's going to rush down these spears. Nice. Silence them. Yeah, because they're not the greatest at fighting in melee. They're good. But you want to try to start fighting them up close and personal before they run out of ammo. Look at that. I guess archers are coming in as well. So they're actually doing some damage here. They're breaking some units. That's good to see. So that's what Galatia needs to do. I don't think they're going to win here. But they want to try to bring down as many units as possible. Just bring them down. And I like that. Galatia's, he's not giving up. And he's still fighting hard. And he's got another, look at this, another flanking unit going around, just keeping these spears silent so he can't throw any more javies. And we got Galatian swords setting up here as well. And the Galatian legionaries holding the front here, taking on the Theros spears. So let's go back to this fight and see how it's raging on. The gate is currently being fought for. We've got the Egyptian thorax swordsman, a decent infantry. I like to call them the workhorse infantry. They're not the best, they're not the worst. They're a solid infantry that will get the job done, but they are finding themselves surrounded by, legionary cohort. So they're probably going to break pretty quick. This attack over here has not been very successful. And it looks like, oh my gosh, they run out of ammo. They're at 94% on this wall. Maybe he hasn't. Maybe he's waiting to bring down this wall and to hope that the defenders will kind of forget about it, which I've seen before. You delay attack a wall because then it creates an opening that the defenders didn't account for. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there, but a big, grueling fight for the gate. Roman v. Roman. It's very chaotic, very confusing what's going on here. And then, of course, down below, we've got a rush of Egyptians and more Romans trying to get in and knock down, destroy the defending Romans. Little Roman v. Roman. It's sad, man. It's sad. And look at this. Egypt has claimed this section of territory. Well, I mean, the Romans could send over another unit of infantry, but this infantry is going to head this way. They should get up on these towers and keep pouring down more troops. This is all open. It's all clear. It's going to be a good foothold for the attackers. Also, is there no archers you can move up here to support? I mean, they could probably reach the flanks here of these defenders, which would be really, really useful. And here we go. Attacking Rome looks like they are finally going to clean up this upper wall, which good for them. Very good for them. And I'm waiting to see if they're going to bring down this wall, because the reason I think that is because Egypt has 4 units here looking like they're ready to charge in. So they might be waiting for these Romans to clear the way, to wait for them to get out of there. And now Rome is retreating. Defending Rome is retreating. We do have a fight here with the Romans versus Romans. Definitely in favor of the legionary cohort against the veteran legionaries. You know, it's a different time period. Basically, Romans from the future fighting the Romans from the past. You know, like what? So yeah. More and more Romans coming in, and they don't have to bring down this wall now because they've taken control of this area. I'm actually kind of shocked by this. I really thought they would have enough men to kind of hold up here, but I think you're doing a disservice to your defense by just kind of like letting them take so much of this ground, because this is kind of an easy area to defend, but now you've kind of opened it up. It's a lot more streets, a lot more paths, a lot more flanks that the attackers can use. So let's head back over to Galatia. So yeah, the attacking Romans breaking through there. Galatia is burning out, unfortunately. They're down to their last handful of troops. We got Cav charging in. They're trying to make a play here, try to get some last minute kills. Let's see, Noble Horse. Let's see what they're going for. Are they going to go for a little charge down the road? I think so. And again, I've said this over 100 times. I'll say it again. Galatia just needs to do as much damage as possible to try to... I don't like this charge at all. But to try to help their allies over on the other side who are already breaking through. Here comes a little charge. And they're going to... Oh, he's trying to countercharge the Cav. Cav does a really pathetic charge, but the infantry closes in, and now this unit finds themselves surrounded, which is good. And now we got archers. We still got ammo with the archers. This one has 47 kills. You got to get more kills than that. You really do. Celtic skirmishers with 62. These Syrian archers are so expensive that they got to at least get over 100 kills, you know, of decent quality infantry. We'll see what happens there, but these guys are losing currently to the Galatian legionaries. We've got some armored desert hoplites that are going to try to turn the tide of this battle in favor of the defenders. So now the Galatians find themselves surrounded. The Noble Horse is just getting picked apart here. They need to disengage. I think he's just gonna fight to the bitter end. No, he's gonna pinball around and hit the back of these guys. Nice. Now that is a charge. That is a much better charge. But yeah, it's gonna lead to their deaths. And with the death of the barbarian general, it's gonna be trouble. Gonna be trouble for the Galatians. But they definitely put up a good fight here. And yeah, there goes their units. But they are breaking a unit of Desert Levy. That's something. Let's head back over to this side and see the Roman advance, the attacking Roman advance. They're just kind of setting up here, preparing, spreading out units, planning their attack. This is definitely a slow phase of the battle. Let's head back over to the Galatians, which now have pretty much been defeated. He's got a unit of archers with 69 giggity kills. So I don't know if he still has ammo. He might not. But yeah, Galatians are pretty much spent. And now all the extra troops here that were defending on this side can shift over and support the main defense against Rome and Egypt. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I did not expect this. Look at this, Rome. They're going with the angry blob approach, taking on these desert hoplites, which feel like, at this moment, they gotta feel like they're holding back the entirety of the Roman Empire just themselves. I mean, they're taking on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units right now. I don't know if this was intentional for the Romans. I think the Romans were just advancing their troops, and last second, the Nabatean soldiers decided to defend, or the commander, gave the order to defend, which has caught the Romans by surprise. I don't think it's a big deal, but the Romans definitely don't want to fight like this, or they're going to tire out their troops for no good reason. Now back this way, the Egyptians are advancing on the right flank. The Romans are kind of just saying, all right, come into our den of wolves. Look at this entire space here. They're going to have to attack with 3 units. So the way they're going to do this, they have to send this unit here, a unit here, and then a unit here to just keep these guys all at check. They only have 2 units though, so I think he's going to take it slow and maybe not charge forward and kind of wait for a different opportunity, maybe in the center, to open up. Oh, nice. We got a nice flank here by the Egyptians. This is what I'm talking about. The streets, this is the kind of things that the streets provide. They provide... Oh, wait, are they attacking up here too? How did this happen? There must have been a hidden hoplite unit that came out of nowhere. But yeah, the Egyptians need to flank these guys because we've got Romans way up here fighting that need support, and they've been cut off by the hoplites. That was a pretty good play by Nabatea. I didn't realize they were doing that. Boom. Oh man, just crushed those guys with one epic Pila volley. I mixed Javi with volley, a Javi. Now we got the oh no. Oh, and then we got flanking Romans. Oh, man. I think these Romans are toast here. Yeah, the attacking Romans are toast. That was a good play. Let's not forget, the streets also can play into the favor of the defenders as well. So we're down to the last about 10 minutes, a little more than 10 minutes. And the Galatians have a small force here. It's not much, but it's something. You never know. It all adds up when it comes to the end of these battles. We've got Nabatea in the Roman defending general, just chilling, probably having a conversation about what we need to do. Here comes Rome, just bull rushing in with their infantry, and they are storming the streets like it's an angry protest of legionaries, I don't know. But they're storming the streets, and they're going to start chipping away at these defenders. Rome is actually falling back here. He's falling back. I'm not sure why, but I think it would be cool if you could walk on this, like, little, looks like a temple, some sort of religious temple of, like, I don't know, Jupiter or something. But yeah, it'd be cool if you could run through there and flank around, but I don't think you can. Make it pretty interesting. All right, so it looks like Egypt's gonna focus most of their attention on the left side. They do have some units in the center on the right, but the majority of their units are gonna be right here on the right side. I mean, I got my directions messed up. And yeah, they just got to start chopping through. I think at this point, they just got to go because the fight has begun. The fight has begun, and the Romans are going to need help eventually as they send in veteran legionaries against these armored desert hoplites, which are decent, but they're more just there to hold and buy time. So we'll see what happens. But if Egypt was attacking here, I would actually focus on just keeping these guys at bay and make this my main approach, because if he can break this unit and charge in and help the flank of the Romans, the attacking Romans, that would be huge. But I think now is the time that Egypt needs to attack, and I think that's exactly what he's going to be doing. He's sending up some Thurio spears. I'm going to just call them something different every time I see this unit. Thurio spears, I don't know. Oh my gosh. You might want to get them in square formation. They are getting chewed up. Maybe that's the point. Maybe they're just getting them to waste ammo on them, but that's a pretty expensive unit to kind of use as a cannon fodder. Nice little counter volley there, but it's not much. They are getting chewed up, guys. See, I don't like this strategy. I think you need to rush in and commit. You need to rush and commit. This unit is getting absolutely crushed. If I was a part of this unit, I would be so pissed. I feel like my brothers in arms are getting destroyed. The men that I've trained with are just getting absolutely killed for no reason. And finally, the Egyptians send in some thorax swordsmen. They're going to try to chip away at this legionary cohort. And, you know, even if he doesn't break through here, maybe the attacking Romans will, and then they can support the Egyptians. So there's a lot of options there. And then over here, my goodness, Rome, what are you doing? The attacking Romans are sending way too many units up front. And also, why is the general... Why is a general in a veteran legionaries unit? There's something funky going on with this Roman army. I really don't get it, but yeah. Why are you sending your general in so early? That's kind of risky. They are breaking these guys, but I don't think this is efficient. I mean, there's some units back here that are barely even fighting, and they're getting exhausted. That's why you shouldn't blob up. Number one, if you get flanked, it's disaster. Number two, the units in the back aren't actually killing anyone, but they are getting tired. You're not resting your men. So Rome is just getting a little too aggressive here with his units. It could be disaster. And now Rome is pushing in. Yeah, this is going to be a tough fight. Got the Egyptian general here. This is going to be a bit of a meat grinder, and there's still a lot of reserves for the defenders. It's actually looking pretty good for the defenders. We'll see, though. We got to get a mass rout of some sort of the defenders for the attackers to have any hope of winning this one. We got some Egyptians on this side. They're trying to keep back the... we got some Marines here. That's cool. Why am I forgetting how to say that? Anyways, the Marines. But yeah, the Marines also have a Javi capability, which is dangerous. And he's got some hoplites. A nice struggle right there as they fight in the streets. But this is really concerning for the attackers. They need to probably send this unit of thorough spears to help out over there to keep them at bay, because the spearhead attack, which of course is right in the center, is making progress, but I think it's gonna be like a hot flame. It's gonna burn quick. It might do some damage, it might get pretty hot, but it's gonna burn quick and exhaust itself. That's what I see in this big blob of troops here. We're down to 5 minutes left, a little bit over 5 minutes left in the battle replay. And as time goes on, it is looking worse and worse for the attackers. And, you know, I think the attackers they've made some good plays here and there, but they've made some pretty costly mistakes throughout this battle that has really affected their chances of winning. Number one, Galatia, I think, should have waited, or Galatia should have just straight up joined the fight here. It's tough to say. Galatia also could have moved their troops on the beach and attacked this wall here. I mean, there's a lot of options, but I think Galatia just, the simplest thing, they went in too early, and they went in alone, so they kind of got focused down. They should have waited for the main attack, which is Rome and Egypt, to kind of really begin and then go in. But it's tough. It's tough. I don't think Galatia did a terrible job. I think he did a decent amount of damage. It's just not enough, you know, not enough damage. So yeah, they're still fighting hard here. We've got thorax, actually Cretan archers in the mix now. And that's how you know a faction, an army is getting desperate, when they're sending in archers to maintain a front line. That is a concern. Let's head back here. How's attacking Rome doing here? Again, they're finding themselves in an outnumbered situation, getting pretty much outflanked here by RDI, who is going to send over some hoplites. And we got Rome, defending Rome, sending in Syrian archers. I mean, this does not look good at all. Egypt over here doesn't seem to be making any progress either. They've got a unit breaking. Rome is breaking here too, but it looks as if they're not going to be able to stomach the Roman defense. The Roman defense. Here comes Rome, legionary cohort pushing up, going to reinforce. Oh, they're going to try to get through this gap, it looks like. No, they don't like gaps. Come on, we like gaps. When you're, that's, we like gaps. As military commander, you find a gap and you go into that gap to flank your opponent. Okay, this is a weird conversation. So anyways, Rome is still fighting, and even if defending Rome is losing troops occasionally, they are exhausting the attacking Romans, who are just going for that brute force bull charge, which is not going to work out. Why? Well, this flank is about to collapse, and the defenders are, and you can right away, they knew right away, before the Romans even properly broke completely, they were sending their men over to this flank, and this is going to be, they got to pull a unit back. They've got to pull a unit back here and make a front line. You got to do it right now. Oh, please. I mean, these are your units getting crushed. You got to know. Okay. These guys, oh, they're breaking. Please tell me you're going to retreat somebody over here. Oh, the Romans, the defending Romans are going to go for the back lines here of Egypt. This is going to free up some more units for the defenders to flank around. Oh, yeah. This looks like it's going to be a pretty decisive battle. Yeah, I would say this is very much decisive. Not exactly the closest of battles, but it had some interesting plays, and it just looked really cool. So this was a gruesome fight, well defended by the defenders, especially against Galatia. I think the defenders could have done a little bit better on the walls here, and so could the attackers, but I think they could have held a bit longer here, but it all worked out in the long run, and they did win pretty decisively. So now we're down to the last minute here. We're just going to sit back and enjoy the last few seconds of these troops fighting, and soon the dust will settle. The battle will be over, and the cleanup crew will be coming out and, taking swords, taking equipment, taking money off of the soldiers, selling them, melting them down. I don't know, doing whatever they need to do to strengthen their forces. And there we go. The general is breaking. We're down to the last 30 seconds. And guys, that is our battle for today. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think the attackers could have done better here to take this settlement? Do you think it would have been better for them to fight united all on one side, or Galatia waiting, or maybe Galatia fighting here? What little mistakes did they do? Like maybe something on the walls. I always enjoy hearing what you guys have to say, because there's many different perspectives on what someone could have done. And let me just also state, these players, it's so easy to sit back and look at what someone did wrong. Trust me, I play battles all the time, and I watch replays, and I'm like, wow, that was really dumb. Just in the moment, it can get a bit crazy, or, So anyways, GG to all the players. Let's end the replay. And this was sent in by King Thane, and he got a lot of kills, 3,000 kills pretty much. So that's probably why he sent it in, honestly. Usually I want more people to send in their defeats, please. Again, thank you for sending in the battle replay. 3,000 kills is awesome. What did he get the kills? His archers. He only brought 2 archers. He went all in with legionary He just spammed legionary cohort. Interesting. Very interesting. And then we've got Nabatea here. We've got RDI, which did pretty good. Michael going as the other Romans. And look at this. Who got the most kills? Galatia. That's what I was saying. Galatia, they didn't necessarily do bad. They got the most kills, but I think he could have done better if he waited for Rome and Egypt to attack a little bit sooner. I don't know. That's just my idea. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any epic battle replays, you can submit them on my Discord. My Discord link is in the video description, so check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time on the battlefield.